This is our Forex blog for the week of May 26th, 2017. And I'm going to start by going over our stats, and then I want to show you some of our charts. This week is a game changer because I put in new features in our software that will help you spot the highest probability trades, and you can either decide to take or not take lower probability trades depending on where they are in the range, the longer term trend, whether it's up through 4 or 5 days in a row, whatever the decision is on your part. But let me start with the stats. Each day I fix some patterns and add some new ones, and then I keep stats at the end of the day. I don't keep multiple sets of stats. So here's Friday. There were 58 trades, 518 pips net. And the key to trading is having more wins and losses and higher wins and losses. 16 pip average win and only 5.7 pip average loss. This week was extremely volatile, and many days had lots and lots of losers. Here, this day, it only made 107 pips. There were 42 trades that won, 10 pip average win, and 49 losers with 7 pips. Now, keep that in mind. A lot of these patterns are lower probability patterns, and you will see they show up in orange on the charts. Higher probability patterns are red and green, and the lower odds trades are orange. So you'll be able to pick and choose what you want to take and what you don't. Here's Wednesday, 183 pips. Average win is 12 pips. Tons of losers that day. The average loss is 6.2 pips. I think Tuesday and Monday were a lot better. A lot of trades on Tuesday, 232 pips. The average win, and there's lots of them as you can see, is 10 pips. 721 total pips winners, but unfortunately you got to take the losers out. 490 pips of losers, 7.2 pips. And then here's Sunday, Monday. Sunday, Monday was a pretty good day, I remember. 541 pips, lots of wins, 17 pip average wins, and only 5.9 pip average loss. So, over 3 times bigger, or pretty much 3 times bigger wins and losses, and far more wins and losses. Those days are going to happen. So let's take a look at some of the trades. Now, like I said before, the new version of the software released today has an option to show riskier trades. So if you don't want to see the riskier trades at all and not be tempted to take a trade, uncheck that. Now these ones on the top won't show up on yours. This is a debug version, but you can uncheck that. Now even if you don't uncheck it, you can still see the riskier trades, and they show up as orange. These are ones that are less than either brand new patterns that haven't been tested for a few months, or in the past have performed less than 55% of the time. They've won. So they've won less than 55% of the time, or these are new patterns I put in. This is a new pattern I put in on Friday. It wouldn't have shown up. These are older patterns. Both of them made a small profit or broke even. If you check that box or uncheck it, it won't even show the riskier trades. It's going to go back through and do all the patterns again, and the riskier trades won't even show up. So you can show them, or you can decide not to. Notice they're all gone except for the high probability ones. The red and green ones are high probability in the past, and you can see they tend to work because they're high probability. That's why I separate them like that. But you can see this one here in Euro Yen on Friday worked. This one obviously was a high probability when it worked. And so now you'll be able to see this is a low odds trade. It really didn't work. This is a low odds trade, barely made any money. These two, this one was a loss, but it was a low odds trade. You can pass it on it if you don't want to take it. And some of the high probability ones are going to lose, obviously, but most of them are low odds trades. If you see, a trend is up, and the previous trade worked, you might want to take this trade. The trend's clearly up. It went sideways. This is a sideways consolidation breakout. Now one worked. Now it's been up so much, you might not want to take that. You might take this one. It pretty much lost 5 pips. You know, when the market doesn't go back up, usually it's going to come down. And you can always, when you see that, draw your fibs on this and look to get in near these fib targets down here. So there's no trade here, but there was one here. You might have decided to take that. This is down too much, so you might have decided not to take these sells and stuck with your buy right here, and you made 25 pips. So this is going to really, I think, help people pick and choose between trades. Here's the pound yen, risky trade that worked, risky trade that worked, another risky trade that worked. And when I say risky trade, it's less than 55% winning, or it's brand new and hasn't been tested that much. But you can see a lot of the risky trades work. But the ones that have been tested over the past 2 years with a high winning percentage, over 55%, will show up in red and green. And so you can decide to take those and pass on the others if you choose not to. These are all risky trades. This one worked, this one failed, this one failed, this one worked. You know, it's kind of like, you know, if you see something is in a trend, you're much more apt and better off taking the trend trades. This is in a trend down, so this one worked, this one worked, this one worked, this one worked. Kind of trend trade failed. This one worked. It's in a trend right here. This one didn't work. But, you know, again, fib targets are a higher probability. You draw those on there, and this buy signal right here is in the fib target zone. It's also been down, 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 down. It's had multiple waves down. The counter trend trades at the lows are more apt to work. I probably would have taken that one, and it popped up 25 pips. So you can use these to really increase your odds. Here's the New Zealand yen, risky trade that worked, high odds trade that worked, risky trade that failed, risky trade that failed, risky trade that pretty much failed. This risky trade worked, but it's going to allow you to pick and choose in a more effective manner than in the past. Here's a nice one, the euro pound. Risky trade that barely worked. This one failed. This one barely made money. The one on Thursday got you in this trade and made 40 pips. This one right here worked. This one here lost. This one right here pretty much broke even. So you can decide which trades to take and which ones not. Red and green are 55% and higher winning trades in the past, and the orange ones are either brand new or they're less than 55% winning in the past.